2023 O'Brien Awards post-event interviews are brought to you by Horse Racing Alberta. You know, Dave, your first O'Brien Award for Breeder of the Year, what was it like hearing your name called this evening?
Yeah, it's very humbling. I mean, after, and getting it after seeing the video of Joe O'Brien and everything like that, it really wakes you up to the fact about being down here in P.E.I. And we sat at a table with a bunch of P.E.I. people in the racehorse business, and so we had a really good time and went really well.
You're a big proponent though on team success and the unsung heroes on your breeding operation because you know very well that you can't do it alone. Touch on some of the people who played a pivotal role.
Well, and that's the thing. I think I've been interviewed a couple times, and to be remiss that in my life in the farm a little bit, like we have my wife who runs the bookkeeping and been at me all the time, side by side, whatever else. But I have another woman in my life that kind of runs, make sure that I keep up on stuff, and her name's Jennifer Down. She runs the office, and and she makes things go good. Of course, I wouldn't be anywhere without Matt's done a great job, Marissa, the Stallions, and again like Shannon getting the babies, and we have a couple new people working for us this year, and and then I have a guy that helps us make hay, which is a big part of our business too. So.
And speaking of going back to a number of years, though, we would be remiss if we didn't, bring up your late father, Peter, and just talk about the impact that he's had over the years over at Tara Hills, and talk about what you've been able to kind of carry on beyond that.
My father was really big into racing. I mean, he loved the game of racing, and of course, we were in the cattle business, and breeding was huge, and we did do some breeding and stuff like that. But I think going into the sales was a love-hate relationship for my father, and of course I liked it. It has its ups and downs for sure, and all of us as breeders, we'll come out of that feeling good some days, and other days like we're like, wow, it's just like we're hitting ourselves with a hammer. Tonight, Peter's wife April texted me and congratulated me on winning tonight, and I said, we've had a lot of O'Brien Awards, but we never ever got an O'Brien Award for breeder. But at the time, I mean, like people said to me tonight, hard to believe that we had never been nominated before. One thing, I mean, this has really been only around, I think, 20 years since Armstrong's closed down, and the other thing is too is I think they've probably, from what I understand, they've probably changed the stats around a little bit of how we end up with it. So it's not just the big guys that are going to get it. The small guys that maybe only have one or two mares that are outstanding in Ontario are going to get a shot. So it's good that way for everybody.
Absolutely. And as a breeder for you, what was your highlight in 2023?
For me, watching well, there's a couple things. It started off with a really feel-good story with T.H. McMurray and the McWicked that we got out of him, and thinking, hey, we're going to be on the right thing. And Dr. Moore with Storm Shadow, he called me and told me that horse last year in November, I was in Colorado. He called me and said, this horse is colicked. You ever had any issues? He said no. But he came around, and we spoke a few times through the spring, and I said, Doc, maybe this is a good sign. He might get a late start, and I don't know anything about training. This is just a simpleton to me as far as about racing and hoping to have a good horse with a great trainer, and it worked out well. So yeah.
Certainly did.
I know he's got clever Cody and everything like that, but we're rooting the other way too. So.
And for you, what goes into the process of upgrading your breeding stock?
Well, that comes with every year we kind of go to Harrisburg. We have a number that we have to get to as far as selling our yearlings to run the farm, and if we have anything left over, we work with like Bruce Brinkerhoff, and we give him a budget. We don't have a huge budget. He finds the diamonds in the rough for us, and so far, it's worked out well for us. Not everyone works out, and if I can't, I've had partners, and so we've been doing okay that way too.
Name a broodmare or a stallion that you're excited about, a part of your team or your roster, that you're looking forward to.
Well, I mean, this year's a big year for us. We've never had a year like this. We're going to see 3 stallions of ours basically come out with a proof this year. I mean, Cattle Wash we're excited about. The training reports sound good. He's he didn't stand here his first year. He was in New Jersey, but still, it's important for us to get a good start. Green Manalishi, you know, well, nothing but like the owners, Courant Stables, have been great people behind us. So we're going to hopefully that trotter. We'll see what's going to happen there. Reports so far, everybody's filled with wonderment this time of year, so it's all good. And then also Dancing Lou, great conformed horses, and surprised us with some fairly high-priced yearlings out there at the Canadian sale, and went to good homes. You know, we sold one for, you know, decent money at Harrisburg, and Ron Burt bought it. So I'm hoping things are going to go okay that way too.
You know, with a couple of racing jurisdictions kind of taking the shine off the Ontario Sire Stakes program, you know, for you, what are your thoughts on the strength of the Ontario program for 2024 and going beyond?
Yeah, I think, yeah, and this is where I probably get in trouble a little bit because I don't go to the meetings and whatever else. I think that I look at it as there's got to be a way somewhere a little bit that I've always been the guy, I would say the small guy, the little guy. You know, it's hard to make. Nobody can make a living in grassroots at $20,000 races, and you know, somewhere along the way in the top end, guys are. It's great to be racing for the 250,000 finals, but maybe I don't know what you can shave off. But these races that are going for $100,000 or 120 when there's only one division going, maybe back it off, pull that money in there, and then throw it in to the final or throw it in the grassroots finals. Let the guys go for a little bit more money, because I mean, we've seen it where it's these, you know, everybody, if there is a couple strong divisions, they get those strong divisions get they get diluted. Everybody goes to the grassroots, and then everybody's racing for the small money, and that's not a way we want to be either. You know, everybody wants to be in the top, but everybody can't be in the top. And all us guys selling yearlings, we want. That's what we hope. You know, we're not. Yeah, we are hoping that people are going to sell stuff for good money. I want my colleagues, people that are breeding our horses. We have expensive horses, and they're breeding there, and I want to see them make money. I want to see owners make money, and I think Ontario's done a good job. We can do better. That's all. And
well said, Dave. And lastly, how's the experience been for you tonight?
Yeah, it's been good. You know, we got in here last night. We didn't go to the track last night. We went out and had dinner with an old friend, a trainer of mine, Colin Johnson. We had a great dinner, got oysters, which are great. Mm-hmm. Today, the weather, you know, it's pretty. And unfortunately, you know, the storm, I think we're all going to be here stuck. There's going to be a bunch of Ontario people stuck tomorrow, and then probably the bars downtown. You're going to find a lot of Ontario guys hanging out for sure.
Well, we're in good company. It's great to have you here, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys.
Best of luck. Thank you.